What if I told you that dollar bill you just got as change from the grocery store could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars? Finding rare coins or currency in your pocket change is like hitting the lottery. Unlike the lottery, you can increase your chance of finding rare coins or currency just by knowing what to look for. In today's video, we'll talk about 10 $1 bills and what made them sell for much more than face value. This is a 1999 Federal Reserve note. It's obviously been in circulation. There are minor folds and this $1 bill has been crumbled a bit. It hasn't even been graded, but it did sell on eBay for $250. From the back of the note, the error is obvious. Part of the printing from the front of this $1 bill was also done on the back. It's hard to believe that the value of this dollar wasn't realized earlier in circulation before the folds. I wonder how many hands it passed through before it was discovered. Take a look at this 1977 Federal Reserve note. Notice anything missing? The Federal Reserve seal on the left side of the note is missing. Everything else seems to be intact. The condition of the currency can have a significant effect on its value. This particular note was never submitted for grading. It was listed on eBay and it sold for $261. How about this 1974 $1 Federal Reserve note? The most obvious problem with this bill is that it doesn't look like it was cut correctly on the lower right corner. But there's more. The $1 bill looks a little bare on the right side, doesn't it? Do you notice what's missing? I'm not seeing the Treasury seal and most of the serial number. If you look a little closer, you can see a fold in the lower right of the $1 note. When you examine the back of the note, it's clear what happened. Besides the crisp fold in the bill, it's in really good shape. The bill's owner didn't get it graded, and they listed it on eBay, where it sold for $380. Sometimes you get a dollar bill with a really cool serial number. You might even think about hanging on to it to play liar's poker with the boys at the bar. Have you ever thought of selling it? You might want to consider that in the future. There's a market for unusual serial numbers based on popular dates, birthdays, consecutive numbers, repeating numbers, etc. The series of zeros and ones on this bill is called a binary because there are only two numbers in the serial number, and there are four of each number. If that wasn't enough, this is a true binary because the two numbers are 0 and 1. You can look up fancy serial numbers and learn a lot more about what makes a serial number valuable. This 2003 Federal Reserve note was graded 66 and it sold at auction for $720. Have you ever heard of a web note? Between 1992 and 1996, the Bureau of Printing and Engraving ran a trial to see if it would be cheaper to print notes using a continuous roll of paper rather than the traditional printing method. This trial was done on some notes in the 1988A, 1993, and 1995 series of notes. How do you know if you have a web note? In this example, the web note is on top. The red box is the faceplate number on the web note. The blue box in the bottom right is for the faceplate number for a sheet of notes, and the blue box on the left is for the position of the note on the sheet. On the back of the dollar bill, the red box on the web note is the backplate number. It's just a number, and it's located to the right of the motto "In God We Trust." The sheet-fed dollar bill backplate number is located under the word 1 on the right side and contains a number. This web note was graded 64, and it sold at Heritage Auctions for $1,500. Take a look at this obvious dollar bill error. This note was printed over a crazy fold in the middle of the bill affecting the portrait of George Washington and another fold at the top right of this note. You have to wonder how some of these bills make it past quality control and out of the mint. The owner of this $1 bill didn't bother getting this one graded. They went straight to eBay. This 1995 Federal Reserve note sold for $1,500. Threes were definitely the favorite number of the former owner of this 1985 $1 Federal Reserve note. Take a look at that serial number. Solid threes all day. This note's in really good shape too. It graded 65 on a scale from 1 to 70. This $1 note sold at Heritage Auctions for $1,560. Do you have an ascending ladder $1 bill? Do you care if you have an ascending ladder $1 bill? You better care. It might be worth 1,500 non-ascending ladder $1 bills. This dollar bill has a consecutive serial number starting at 0 and ending at 7. If I found one of these in my early 20s, I would think it was pretty cool, as I handed it over for 1.5 gallons of gas for the lawnmower. $1 went a long way back then, or else gas was just a lot cheaper. This note graded 66 by PMG, and it sold at Heritage Auctions for over $1,500. We've talked about some cool serial numbers, also known as fancy serial numbers, and their values on this channel. Take a look at this 1963 $1 Federal Reserve note. The serial number is 50 million. This note was graded 63 by PMG, and it sold at auction for $2,400. Here's an interesting 1977 $1 Federal Reserve note. This note was graded 66 by PCGS. This note is in really good condition. Do you see anything wrong with it? Take a look at the serial numbers. They're different. Both serial numbers should be the same. The condition of this note and the mismatched serial number made this error note sell at auction for $2,880. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.